Hello everyone, and welcome back to my channel. I finally bought a Knipex Lineman pliers. So today we're going to do the unboxing of this and do a brief demo and my first impressions of the Knipex Lineman pliers. If you're new to the channel, if you could please like this video and subscribe, I would greatly appreciate it. Let's head to the bench. Okay, so here it is everyone, the Knipex 09 12 240 high leverage 9.5 inch lineman's pliers. So this thing is going to be my third lineman pliers I've owned over a series of 10 years. If you're curious on my evolution of that lineman lineage, this was my first ever lineman pliers and this thing is awesome. I would probably still be using this lineman pliers if it wasn't for me using a tick tester and thinking that some temp lighting circuit was off and blowing up this blade. I was pretty proud that I had this thing for like 6 maybe years without blowing it up, and then I did. So anyway, so from here I went with the cheaper version of that one without the journeyman grip, which I regret, and now we're going to this guy. So that is my evolution currently of my lineman pliers. So far to date, I want to say this I paid $55 for, and this was $60 at my local northern tool shop. So I believe this is the most expensive pliers I've ever purchased. So that's something to note, that this is the most expensive. Another thing to note about this that's going to be not necessarily an apples to apples comparison is that, as you can see, this one has the crimper as well as the little fish tape puller thing. And it also has this little groove right here that they're advertising is for yanking out nails and such. So that little grip right there. Teeth, I should say teeth, not grip. So anyway, so this isn't like a completely fair comparison, so I'm not doing a video about comparing this to that, but I'm just including that as one of my motivating factors to invest in this thing, is because it does have a little bit more features than my current lineman pliers I've owned. However, Klein does make a similar model, I think, that has the crimper and stuff on it. Okay, so let's open this thing up. Alright, so there it is, fresh out of the box. You can see there's a little bit of the oil around that pivot there. Back side, I also saw a video of the Knipex folks saying that this is supposed to intentionally be rounded so that way you can kind of adjust this like that to ream conduit, apparently. So if you look at that kind of round shape opposed to my original Klein, and this Klein as well. So apparently that's what this is for, is this little circle is to be able to ream pipe after cutting it. All right, so let's see how the handles just drop. Come out pretty loose like that, which is awesome. That's what I really liked about this pair, is I love these grips. And I love how loose this thing has always stayed. So this has been in the, whatever, toolbox for probably 4 years unused, and still just really nice and loose. Where this one actually gets used and nothing, needs to be oiled. So that's one thing I really want out of lineman pliers, is just that drop. Really nice for when you're splicing and it just naturally drops, kind of acts like a spring. Okay, so yeah, it's definitely handsome looking pliers. Let's see if we can cut some stuff with it. So starting out, let's just do some Romex. Oh yeah. So this advertises that it can cut hardened steel, but as electricians we kind of know that's a no-no to cut steel with the pliers, you use the bolt cutters. So that's kind of an interesting thing to note, that I always like to include, that this is from an electrician's perspective. The reason why I always say stuff like that is because if you want to use something that's only for cutting like steel, you'd probably want to use a bolt cutter opposed to lineman pliers, because electricians, we kind of take for granted that we mostly work with soft metals, so aluminum and copper. Let's try MC though. Just a little bit of steel flex, I guess. Oh yeah. That's nice. So first impression is the cutting is great. Still opening up nice for me. So let's try some splicing. Okay, strip with this. Let's see you guys. See what I can do. Oh, hey. Pretty good. Don't strip wires like this with the linemen's at home, kids. Use your wire stripper. Don't be like me and be lazy. Okay, so let's do a little spliceroo here. Oh yeah, feeling that high leverage. There's my splice. Let's try this fish tape action. Go with the groove once maybe. Pull some fish tape with it. Let's try this pipe reaming. Bandsaw. If you want to see a review of this thing too, I have a video in the description. Okay, so this is my first attempt at using this as a conduit reamer. So let's see how it goes. You know, actually not too bad. Did not cut my fingers. Anyway. Pretty decent for the pipe reamer. What about our crimp? Crimp, crimp, crimp. So once again, don't do this at home, kids. All right. I'll trim that down a little bit. Too long. Put that in there. Put this in here. Do two hands. Oh, there goes my EMT. There we go. See, I didn't give it enough oomph there. I think I'd use two hands. But now we got a nice crimp connection there with 12 solid. So there we have it. My first impressions and unboxing of my new Knipex Lineman pliers. I'm excited to own this thing. It'll go nicely with my Knipex collection. I think this pretty much makes me an all-around Knipex owner now for the majority of my hand tools I'm going to be using on a regular basis. So to recap, we tried the cutting, we tried splicing, tried the fish tape puller, we tried the crimp and the pipe reamer. So quite a few different uses for this lineman pliers compared to just your regular lineman pliers. Quite a few different features. Looks great, feels great. I do like these grips. I think they make a cheaper version of this that has similar grips to my Klein here, but after using these grips on my Klein, I'm not really a huge fan. And with these other Knipex tools, I've had these same style grips and I've just really enjoyed having that style. They're just comfy. So there we have it, everyone. Thanks for watching. This is the Knipex 0912 240 high leverage lineman pliers. If you'd like to see more content like this and kind of keep me afloat, if you could please like and subscribe, that would be awesome. It helps me make more videos such as this. Also, I have some other stuff to check out in the description if you so choose. And I'll also include some links to some places I'd recommend picking this guy up if you're interested. Alright everybody, thank you for your time and take care. We'll see you next time.